This trade right here ran over 9.8 RR and made me $2,650 per funded account. I'll quickly throw up a screenshot from Project X when I took the trade, and let's get into the trade recap. So going into the day, I went onto the hourly chart and drew my standard deviation on this manipulation leg right here. This is the weekly manipulation leg, the same one that I used on Thursday. The reason I know this standard deviation leg is completely valid is because not only did we react off of -2, but we also reacted off of -2.5 and -3. We've already reached pretty much max extension here at -4, but my very last level on the standard deviation leg is -4.5, so let's draw that out really quick. And from here, I'm just going to drop into the 1 minute and wait until we tap into my level. So right here at 9:32 a.m., 2 minutes into New York Open, we tap into my standard deviation level. From here, we're just going to wait for a quick reaction, which we got pretty much right away. And now we need to wait for an up-closing candle, another bullish candle, so we could draw out our OTE levels. So right here, as you can see, we got this up-closing candle, which means I was ready to draw out my fib. In this case, 0.705 OTE aligns perfectly with the high of this BPR level right here. After trading ICT concepts for a while, you'll come to realize that a lot of the time we actually wick out of the zone but close inside of it. So in the case of this trade, I actually just set a limit order right at 0.705. Let me just drag this up to here, and that's where I put my limit. So let's see if we get tapped into this. I already know we do because I took this trade live. So right here we got tapped into this. Now, I always have a 10-point stop loss on my trades. So let me drag my stop loss up to what would be $400 risk right there and click confirm. So for this trade right here, I was actually targeting my full take profit for these lows right here. Now that would have been like a 14 RR or $6,000 on this trade, but I did have a partial set right here at the low of this fair value gap here. Now, the reason I had a partial right at this low is for the exact same reason that I entered this trade right here at 705. Because a lot of the time we'll actually wick out of the level, but close inside of it. So I actually will put a half partial right here, which in this case would be one NQ contract. And then we're going to let this trade run. As you can see, I was literally like 2 ticks away from being stopped out, but my 10-point stop was lucky enough to not get hit. So we're going to play through this and see what happens. I'm pretty sure right here, yep, there we go. My partial was hit, and you can see that we wicked out of this fair value gap right here and actually closed inside of it. Now, the reason I put a partial here and didn't, have tungsten balls and hold until my full take profit is because we are shorting all-time high. So, as you guys know, all-time high is always the strongest draw on liquidity. So from here, after my partial was hit, I dragged my stop loss to this swing high right here. Because if we're going to continue back lower, I really don't expect this to be swept. So let's just click confirm. And from here, we get tagged out right here at our stop loss. And we continue back up to our entry, which is exactly why I took this partial down here and also dragged my stop. This trade here netted me $2,650 across each one of my funded accounts, and this trade ended up being 9.8 RR to take out my partial. This trade was just a basic standard deviation plus OTE trade off of all-time highs. I've taken this same setup 5 or 6 times this week, and it really is a very simple, easy to learn model. Take care.